on track 2, if you were to right click and add a new event, that is a take offline. And it does, so that scene trigger fires on the very first frame. After that, we can take it immediately offline. This graphic has no, but I would maybe 1 or 2 frames. You want to be able to see that the actual thing went online, so. All right, so you'll see that we have a graphic. It's totally empty, or a scene that's totally empty, right? Because all this is doing is triggering. But I don't want it, so we'll see how this works. Then chuck it into the sequencer. All right. So, play that first one.
Like this one?
Yep. That animates it in, right? So if you now play that trigger, why is it doing that? It's a layer thing.
Okay.
Because you can't play 2 graphics out on the same layer, what it does is it plays, because it's set to play on CG1 layer 0, and that's where the red cube is already playing out on, it kicks it offline. So we want to play the scene trigger, or that, on a different layer. So where it says middle there, change that to be -100. And you'll need to have your edit enabled. Yep. Yeah, so once you have fast recall enabled, this 10 key doesn't work. You have to use your top keys to type in a number. There you go. So go ahead and trigger the ease in, ease out graphic there, and we'll take that scene trigger off of that. But now if you hit the next page down, hit it again. But you see how it flashes? Because it's sending the trigger and then taking itself offline. So now you can just bang that as many times as you like, and it's going to make it jump. Yeah, karaoke style, bouncing ball. All right, problem is you have to take that page. All right, so let's fix this first. Let's go back to the layout and go to the ease in out scene and delete that trigger that's on track 3. All right, let's go back to our sequence now. So here's the thing is you can hit that trigger at any time, and it doesn't matter where it's in. So let's see if you can trigger that and then the next one as soon as possible. So take and then down and take. So the idea is that halfway through the animation, it's just, it'll, yeah. Because our in scene director is only moving our X position, and our jump scene director, it only doesn't do anything about X, but it just does Y and the rotation. That's why it can be anywhere in the screen and it will jump. Problem is, to do it, you have to, there's like lots of button presses there, yeah? So I'm going to show you how to keyboard map to your user keys, or any keyboard key combo, and it will take that graphic online, or make that thing jump. So if you go to Edit, Keyboard GPI Mapping, you'll see at the top there it says Default. We can't edit the default, so we have to create a new map. Yep, just click the blue icon there. And call it the studio, whatever you want to. Cool keys, yep. All right. So you've got several areas here. You've got project shortcuts. So you can create shortcut keys just for this one project. Load in another project, those shortcut keys don't work. But you've got global down below. That means it'll work no matter what project you've got loaded. And the difference between local shortcuts and global, it's like it says there, local shortcuts, that particular page or component needs to be in focus. I don't even bother with that. I just always do global.
Okay.
So the kinds of functions you've got are on the right hand side there. So you're going to see a sequence. Yep, and you've got take. Drag that into the sequence setting, the sequence section of your project. You've got it. I'm not saying it right.
Drag it like that.
Yep, drop it in there, and it'll put it at the bottom. You see it now says take, and we're now going to look at the area at the bottom there. You'll see it says shortcut details. So name, you could rename it instead of take. It could be jump. The shortcut, you see there's a set button. If you click it, the very next key you hit is going to make it jump. So you get that because there's a conflict, because default user 1 has a, it says take to frame buffer, set frame buffer. So you want to go, you see it says quick menu, global shortcut, quick menu, sequence, assign channel, set. So if you look at the folder structure there, sequence, assign channel, there it is there. Also has a, and you can right click on that and you could clear the shortcut. Now, and then if you scroll down, you see that that take jump is totally fine. Okay, so to the right there, you have take options. Current sequence item. It's not what we want because we might be.
Can I ask one question before you go
Yeah.
to that? If I had a user assigned key set to multiple things, would it not work at all, or would it do both things?
You're just talking like you're only going to do two things with one button. Yeah, it'll do both things.
Okay.
So you're
That's something you could either want to avoid because it's very bad.
Yeah.
But if you want it, then it's powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, a crawl that we might set up. We might want the background and then the group that also needs to fire off at the same time. You could tie it to one button. All right. So we want a take ID here. We want to tell it what page. If you don't remember the page, you can just type any random number in here and then we'll change the page in the sequence. So I'll do that. Let's go with 111. And you could, the option, do I move the sequence focus to that item? No, I don't. I don't care. I just want it to trigger. Yep. The frame buffer default, that's going to be what we've set in the sequence. Yeah, go with that. Hit OK. So if you were to change the page number to ease in, ease out to 1111, see, now you've got to make sure you use the actual keys, the real keys, because this is your, you're running as a CG op when you've got that fast recall mode on, and so your 10 key is always calling out pages.
Oh, okay.
So if you need to type,
that connection between this being turned on and this having a function.
So if you punch that fast recall, it turns it off there. Now you could type in a number and it would be data entry.
Got it.
So
okay.
Page recall or data entry. That's what that mode is. All right. So take that online. Hit your hit your user 1. Keep calling it user. Telling you, I didn't expect that behavior, but I know exactly why it's doing. It's doing what it's told.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit that, telling page 111. Probably should be the trigger page, not the actual graphic page. Yeah, see what you get? Saying, hey, I can't have 2 pages of the same number.
Okay.
You said yes, and it notice it renumbered the other one to the next closest, which 112. So now hit your user 1. There you go. You could be highlighted on anything else, right? And you've, yeah, so you can, while it's spinning up, you could tell it to advance on, which you are doing, yeah. Flips off. So I think that's a good exercise. Just we covered a lot there.
Yeah.
Animation, ease in and ease out, multiple scene directors, scene director triggers, keyboard shortcuts,
Mapping.
layers, outputs and layers. Whew.